Why for the lady? Where she said,
Hey YouTube! So today's video is gonna be all about texturizing or texlaxing your hair. So a lot of people don't really know what texlaxing or texturizing is and the benefits of doing it. So I'm gonna do this video to let y'all know what's up. Alright, okay, so each hair strand that is on your head has 3 layers, right? When your hair is natural, it has 3 layers to each strand. When you texturize your hair, one of those layers are broken down to basically nothing, so you are left with 2. And then when you relax, you are left with only 1. So that is the difference between having relaxed hair or having natural hair, or being right in between and having texturized hair. That being said, of course, having natural hair, it's gonna be the strongest and the healthiest, easier to grow and stuff like that, versus having relaxed hair where you only have 1 layer on your hair. So it's so easy to like break off. Like, it's really easy to break off, and even though it's the easiest type of hair, like for black people to maintain, like in terms of when your hair is relaxed, it's more silky straight, so you don't really have to wash it and think about blow drying and flat ironing, or thinking about like how to style it and stuff like that, because it's straight. So you pretty much can just wrap it up at night and then just brush it down every day and wear it like that. If you want to, you can get it up in a sleek ponytail without much efforts or anything like that. But then and again, it's the most like susceptible to damage. So if you are messing around with your relaxed hair too much, it's gonna be easy to break off. And I know a lot of you can testify to that, like just brushing your hair, combing your hair, every time you look in the sink or on the floor or even in your brush, there's a bunch of hairs that's coming out. And I know we're all told, yeah, your hair sheds every day. Yeah, your hair sheds every day, but shedding is different from when your hair is breaking off. So that being said, you know where texturizing falls on in terms of healthiness. Alright, so I told y'all what a texturizer is, and basically what it does to your hair is it just loosens the curl pattern of your hair just a little bit. So your hair is not going to be bone straight texturizing it. It's still going to have a lot of the natural hair properties, but it's just going to be easier to manage than natural hair. So if your hair was like in a tight coil, it's just going to be a little bit straighter. Well, it's not going to be straight, it's just going to be a looser curl. So that's what it does to your hair. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you how I texturize my hair. Funny enough, I still use a relaxer to texturize my hair, and that's just because I think, personally, this is just my my opinion, I feel like, being that I was already relaxing my hair, to switch over to using a texturizer, I think it would be like shocking to my hair to be doing 2 totally different processes, and I thought like it would be a lot more damaging to my hair and then my hair would break off. So I said what I would do is just to use a relaxer to texturize my hair. How I do that though is that when I put the relaxer on my hair, I don't let it stay for not even 5 minutes. Like, as soon as I put it on, I wash it out, and my hair still has a lot of texture in it. You can look and you can tell, like, I relaxed my hair like a month ago, so it's not like it's as like, it's not like freshly relaxed, but it's not like far post where it should have a bunch of new growth. And you can tell that my hair is very poofy and has a lot of texture to it. So let me pull up a strand and show you. Alright, so I just washed my hair, so it's good to see. You can look and tell my strand, I'm gonna try to hold it against the palm of my hand, that there is still texture in my hair. You can see that it still like looks frizzy and oh gosh, this is so hard. Alright, it still looks frizzy and stuff like that, so there is still texture to my hair. And then as you go up further, this part of my hair is still relaxed, so that's why it looks thinner and it just looks different from the rest of my hair. So when you hold it up, you can tell that my hair strands are still like having a little wave or something to it. You can look and see, like, my hair is dry right now because I just washed it. I haven't put any oils in it or anything. I'm still waiting for it to be fully dried. So that's that my hair story. Okay, so when I'm texturizing my hair, first of all, before I know I have a schedule, I texturize my hair like 3 to maybe 4 times a year. So that's either every 3 months or every 4 months, depending, because sometimes what I notice is when I stretch for like a really long period of time, my hair starts to break off a lot more and shed more than it would like if I wasn't like so far post, because it's just more difficult to deal with your hair and keep it healthy when you're working with 2 different textures. So that being said, I try to keep it like every 3 months and then I texturize it again. And then right before I know I'm about to get a texturizer, I try to not mess around in my hair too much so my scalp isn't tender. And I just use like a lot more oils on my scalp and on my hair to basically just coat it. And then whenever I'm going to get a relaxer, I make sure to coat down my hair shaft. I just coat it with a lot of oil, whether it's olive oil or coconut oil or whatever, just to avoid overlapping. And then on the new growth, I just hurry up and sometimes I just use my fingers in a glove, of course. I use my fingers just so that I can move faster. I just part it through and then just put the relaxer on and get through each section. I section my hair in 4 sections so I can move faster. And then as I said before, as soon as I get it on my entire head, I wash it out. When I'm doing the front though, I make sure I put the relaxer on both sides at once, so just so that one side doesn't look different from the other. So that's how I texturize my hair. Of course, you know, I wash it out with a neutralizing shampoo so I can stop the process, and then I just condition style as usual. Okay, so I told you what a texturizer is, how I texturize my hair, and now I'm going to tell you things that I do to care for my texturized hair so that it doesn't get damaged. Alright, so first thing that I do is I don't do it too often. So ideally they say to do it like twice a year, but I told you that don't work for my hair, and you know, everybody is different, so you have to do what works for you. And for me, it's better if I do it 3 or 4 times a year. So that's how I do it. Second thing is I try, because I don't know why, but the older I get is that the less I like water, so I don't drink as much water as I used to. But it's good to drink a lot of water and eat healthy, of course, because what you put in is what you get out. So if you're eating healthy, then your hair is gonna be healthy. I take supplements for my body to keep my body healthy, because sometimes I do skip out on meals, so I take supplements to make up for that. I trim my ends regularly so that I don't have split ends just traveling up the shaft to make the rest of my hair thin or something. I actually have a lot of relaxed ends here, like about this much of my hair is relaxed, so I need to get these off, because if you can tell, the ends of these look kind of straggly, so I am going to get rid of them for my next relaxer. I'm due for a trim anyways. And then aside from getting trims, stretching my relaxers, I deep condition as needed, because watching a lot of YouTube videos, they really stress deep conditioning, and they kind of tell you to deep condition your hair like every week, you know, or after every wash. And honestly, it depends on your hair and what your hair needs. You need to test your hair, see how porous it is, and just what it needs. Is your hair like moisture sensitive? Is it protein sensitive? And you need to know where on the chart is your hair, because the key to having healthy hair is not to be having it just moisturized. The key is to have it balanced between being moisturized and having enough protein. Story time. I remember before I left Jamaica, I went to this store to buy this hair store, and I was looking for a protein treatment. Honestly, I knew exactly what I wanted when I went in. I wanted to get the Alpha G 2-step protein treatment, because I knew my hair was in need of some protein, some serious protein, so I was gonna get that. And then when I went in there, you know, they always have like some people who are like sales representatives of like various companies. So she was working with ORS, and she came in and she was like, you know, what are you looking for? Can I help you? So I told her, and, you know, talking to her a little bit, she was like, no, you know, you gotta try to stay away from protein as much as possible. And she told me, you know, you got to just moisturize your hair, get some stuff that's moisturizing to your hair because you're black and whatever. So I'm like, yeah, but then if you keep just using protein, just moisturizing your hair is gonna get soft and mushy, and it's gonna just stretch right off. Have you ever like been combing your hair and just noticed like your hair just when you pull on it, it just stretches and stretches and stretches? That means your hair is too moisturized, and you need to get some protein to kind of strengthen it back up, because if it's too moisturized, it's gonna break off, and if your hair has too much protein, then it's gonna break off. So you have to have it balanced. And she went ahead to start telling me this story because I was telling her that I use Cream of Nature's shampoo, sulfate-free shampoo on my hair as one of my shampoos, because it's not the only shampoo I use, but I was telling her I used it. And I was about to pick up the conditioner for it, and she was like, no, I use these, and if my hair got so soft, it just broke off. And she was trying to paint the image as if, you know, it was the products that did that to her hair. And I was like, that's not true. I use it on my hair, and it does nothing bad to my hair at all. What I do is I have those as my moisturizing, like shampoo and conditioner, and then I have a shampoo and conditioner that is like, it has a good amount of protein in it, and I alternate between using the two, and it keeps my hair nice and balanced, and I don't have none of those problems with my hair just breaking off for no reason at all. So it's good to have a good balance between your hair. So that's a tip when you've texturized your hair. For any type of hair, that's a good tip. You need to have your hair balanced. But when your hair is natural, of course, you're gonna mostly be focusing on moisture, because your hair is not gonna be wanting any protein. It's gonna need moisture. So another tip, of course, is to do a lot of protective styling. So you can try to just not mess around in your hair too much. So when you wash your hair or do a co-wash, just try to find a way, whether it's to corner it back or to do a twist out or some bantu knots, whatever it is that keeps you out of your hair for maybe 2 or 3 days, and then you can just style your hair maybe twice a week. Or if you can style your hair and have it last the entire week, good for you. So that's another tip, you know, try not to be messing around in your hair too much. And the last and final tip I'm gonna give you guys about, you know, having your hair texturized is honestly just do your research, because I can sit here and be talking and telling you guys stuff, but you honestly have to do your own research. I learn a lot more when I'm reading up for myself, you know, what each each ingredient in my products are doing for my hair, and, you know, alternatives to buying stuff that have a lot of chemicals in it that I can just make at home, and just learning tips and tricks of how to take care of my hair versus, you know, just sitting and hearing people just talk and telling me what to do, because to each his own, and you just really need to pay attention to your hair and figure out what your hair needs. Look, you know, when you're combing it, just do a little assessment each time, you know, say, my hair is feeling a little dry today, maybe I need a deep conditioner, or my hair feels a little soft, maybe I need some protein, or my ends look really raggedy, I need to get a trim. You just pay attention to your hair and you will know exactly what your hair needs. So that's my final tip to you guys. Happy hair journey. Bye.
Where she say, where she say, where she say, where she say, ooh,